Oh my gosh. I'm such an idiot. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Hey, what's up? I literally did exactly what TLK said. I have my Discord open on the side, and he's like, "Imagine if Unit is just talking to himself right now. He hasn't realized that his stream hasn't actually started yet." That's exactly what happened. What's up, guys? I'm already halfway through one of my coffees too. All right, is my stream started? Yes, I think so. How did I not notice that? How embarrassing. Now we're Newton. What's up, JJ? What's up, Sammy? What's up, TLK? What's up, Dracula? What's up, Rainbow Sparkle? And Doru. And Doru, finally. Doru, my mom. How are you guys doing today? You guys missed the whole face cam part of the stream, too. I already turned it off, though, so. That's so funny. Gosh. I'm just kidding. I didn't do a face cam at all. Good to hear you again. Yeah, same. It's good to stream again. It's been a while. I just got busy, you know? So it's nice to finally be back into the groove. Things just, I feel like things just pop up, you know? And it's hard to balance them all sometimes, so. We're back, though. How's your vacation from the board? It was good. I mean, I was still working. I just didn't have time to stream, too. You guys want to see the game right now? I've also had 2 weeks off. Nice. It does feel good. It's important to take some time off. Like, I didn't work that much this weekend. Oh, as in I was sick? All right, check out the screen shake. Everybody watch. Oh, oh, oh. Look at that. Look at that. But now I'm gonna do some spawning animations for my slimes and my zombies. Wow, who made those nice energy balls? I don't know. Racial and Ebit engine. I spent one stream doing that, and then I kind of decided not against it. I might one day switch over to it. I was worried though. My biggest concern was that my OpenGL wasn't going to work well on Windows. Like there was going to be some incompatibility or something like that. But I had a laptop and I just tested it on it and it worked fine. So I assume it's just going to be okay. But like I literally spent a week last week or maybe 2 weeks ago or something like that. I spent a week like trying to figure out why I was getting this like weird frame stutter issue when I was running the game in Firefox on my computer, and I was like, what is going on? I can't figure out what's going on. And I even did like profiling and stuff like that inside of Firefox, and like it said all the frames were there. Like it didn't say there was any frame droppage. Like I'm rendering the frames in like 3 milliseconds and stuff like that. So it's happening in plenty of time, but there's still this like weird like frame jaggedy thing that was going on. And it ended up, it's just like my Firefox is bugged or something. So it's always happening. Like I go to any game, any WebGL game, and I have the same problem. So like because I was seeing that on Firefox, I was like, oh, my engine's like something's wrong with my rendering library that I can't figure out what's going on with it. So I may as well just switch over. Because like I literally spent like a week on it, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. It ended up being just my Firefox is bad or something. So I might one day switch over to it, but for now I'm gonna stick with what I have, just because it's like why spend the time porting all my code over when I already have it like kind of working. So but yeah. So I'll stick with my rendering library for now. Like, I don't know, mine's kind of tuned to how I like it anyways, so that's the advantage there, I guess. But oh, what color do you guys like better? The darker one or the brighter one? Yeah, we're getting close to an MVP. He woke up. What's up, guys? What's up, Kai? What's up, X Hyped? How you guys doing today? I'm trying to stick. I've been watching these pixel art videos. It's hard now because I streamed like 20 minutes of me to myself. I don't remember what I talked about out here and what I've talked about back then. But I've been watching these pixel art videos about like color palettes and stuff. But I'm trying to stick more to my palette, because what I was doing before is I would just like, this is a palette color, and then I was like, I want something lighter, and I would just like go in here and pick something. So this is a palette color. I guess I can do this. Oh wait, are these both palette colors? Oh, that is a palette color. Let's go with these two then. Because what I'm realizing is that like nothing's gonna compose well if I just pick random colors. I'm just gonna have a bazillion colors in my game. I know, basically. Spends time finding a palette, completely ignores it. Yeah, well, like, I just don't know what I'm doing with art. I mean, you can still use a different color by simply using a different slider brightness. It'll not mess with the palette. Yeah, and that's what I was doing. I just think that, like, from what I was watching in the tutorials, like, they would make, like, one where you go through and you just, like, shade stuff, and it's like, oh, I want to, like, lighten this section, so I'll just, like, lighten this over here. You know, and it's like, oh, that adds a little bit of depth to it, you know? But then he would go in and like he'd be like, no, actually, like I'm gonna use this like brighter green, and like it just makes it look like, it makes it pop better, if that makes sense. Because it's like there's more contrast in the colors. Because there's more contrast in colors, I think it makes things like a little bit more like descriptive of what's going on. I'm still not very good at pixel art, but I don't know. I'm trying. We'll stick with this for now. Well, I'm gonna try to go to the palettes, and if I want to adapt it later on, I will. Yeah, have the shading on the same place of all the entities. Exactly, yeah. I've been doing my shadows in the front. I've been doing my shadows in the front, like in my game you can actually, I mean, they're kind of top down actually. It's like the sun straight above. Like this guy's got a shadow now, which really helps make him stand up, you know? Before he was very flat, now he's more upwards. But I saw this one game that had shadows. It had like it had a light caster over here in the front of the screen, and it would cast light backward, and then it would cast shadows like this direction, you know, like behind things, and that looked really good. Or maybe it was from like an angle. Maybe it was like this way, so you'd see a shadow over here, which gives stuff a lot of depth. Because like on these stairs, there's not really any way to add any. There's not really any way to add any depth to it. I feel like it's just like this very flat thing. Like it kind of looks depth just because of the alternating dark and light part. looks like it goes up, but it's hard to like add, I don't know, it's hard to add shadows. Maybe I add shadows like this. It just depends on where the light caster is, I guess, but yeah. You like little poof? I was just kind of playing with things, and the projectiles explode now. I want them to only explode when they hit stuff though. So. But I can fix that. I know exactly how to fix that. I also have some screen shake I can show you guys. Where I just have this like dampened sinusoid of the position that like normalizes to, or goes down to 0 after a while. I want to have an animation when you lose health. I want to have an animation for those disappearing too. You can always add an object beneath the stairs and have an incomplete shape that runs along the bottom of the stairs. Your brain will deduce that it actually goes up because there's something beneath it. Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, you mean like have something just behind it. So there's something behind it so that it looks like it's popping above it. That's smart. Gotcha. All right. Let's do a spawning. I'm just do spawn. I actually want to delete that. Do this. Okay. I don't really know. Like I could do like a teleportation thing where he like zaps in from the top, or he could like slime grow. You know what I mean? Like maybe there's a bunch of like slime balls on the ground and he like grows into one big slime from those. Let's do that. So this is going to be the last frame. Or this will be the first frame of this one. But this, so we'll make this the last for now, and then we'll go and delete it. I don't know, maybe like 4 frames or something. I guess we could just go like backwards. Or maybe it's probably easier to go forwards. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. Have him pop out of the ground. Like how would you do it? Oh, like he just like interpolates up. Like he goes like this. Oops. That's actually not too bad. Let's do this. Let's do it for the, we need to do it for, I will do the zombie later, I guess. No, well, I like it. I like that idea. Okay. I need to have some kind of way to detect when I'm adding this thing for the first time. Load body animation. Oh, there. That's why I said it. Regenerate body. We'll regenerate everything. Make test. I'm guessing this is going to cause a. I don't know. Actually, I actually don't know what's going to happen. We'll see. Oh, I changed the color of my this thing too, the crystal. These guys just they didn't really spawn in, did they? I checked back after the stream after a little bit, see if my prediction was right. You were right. I was literally, yeah, I literally streamed for maybe like 20 minutes or something, just to myself. I was like, why is nobody talking to me? How does this work? Like, oh, I think the system. I have a system that instantly changes the animation. Hello, you crazy diamond. What's up, Jomi? How you been? I think regardless of what I set the... Oh, this is smoke. That's the wrong one. This is for the, it's like spawning in. I've converted him to keyboardism. Who, Jomi? Yeah, Jomi's gonna be a keyboard enthusiast now. I've been good. I've been working. I just was too busy to stream the past couple of weeks. I think it's been like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks I haven't streamed. But we're back. We're back and ready to rumble. We're watching my work laptop right now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Someone's gonna get fired. Just say you're watching a tutorial on something you're trying to solve. You have a problem at work you have to solve, and this guy has a tutorial on the exact on the exact solution. That's what I'm always doing. Nice. I'll watch some streams sometimes when I work, but I feel like I can't do it in the morning. I have to do it in the like evening. Reminds me of that guy who scraped Stack Overflow and uploaded 200K vids. Wait, what? Oh, was it just like Stack Overflow answering questions on Stack Overflow or something? Like, how do you do blah blah blah? Yeah, this tutorial helped with writing this documentation. Currently doing documenting some stuff, yeah. That's hilarious. Well, that's a great idea. He probably made so much money off of that. I have meetings all morning. Gotcha, yeah. You run some video just to give details of the problem and give the top answers, and that's all it is. That's ridiculous. It's crazy how you can do something that's so like valueless, but like, I don't know, be successful with it. 200,000 videos, that's a lot. I guess it does have some value because people like use YouTube instead of they want to hear someone explain it. He probably did like some text to speech thing. All right, let's find where animations are set. Update animations. I don't think this is where they're set though. Yeah, it is. Okay. People can't read anymore. I know I can't. Wonder why people would even search help npm failing to install on YouTube though. Yeah, they might just find a YouTube video from like searching on Google. That's happened to me before. And it's like, yeah, I'll watch a YouTube video. I usually would prefer to have like some sort of forum answer or something like that over a YouTube video, just because YouTube videos end up being kind of long for that stuff, you know? Like I don't want to sit there and watch a 10-minute video on how to do something that was like 30-second explanation. Can't wait to get my new keyboard. What'd you end up getting? Do you get the Iris? I also never got the Jomi. I'm waiting for the answers and quickly noting it. It's helpful to me or someone not. I don't think anyone looks at YouTube for solving things like that. Yeah. Well, the videos just end up being super long. Getting the Iris, nice. I don't know, Sam. It looks like he's getting it. Custom keyboard PCB win. Literally, I was tempted to do that. And then I thought about having to route a PCB and I was like, ugh. Scared of the import cost, yeah. I was so, because I routed board, I was an electrical engineer, so I routed boards before. And so I could definitely do it, but it's such a pain. Routing boards is the most tedious thing ever. Actually, I think they have like a lot of good auto routing stuff now though. I don't even know what software people use. I used that Australian one back in the day. I can't remember what it's called. I've already prepared myself for paying a lot of money for this keyboard. Yeah. We can't be that. How much is it? It's like it'll probably be like 100 something all in. My man's went from 100% straight up to a 40% split ergo layout. I know. You're jumping right in the deep end. Jomi doesn't mess around. 40% tax? Could be a great way to make merch. Unit of time 128 key PCB. Because PCB manufacturers forced to bulk order. That's a lot of keys. How many keys are on normal keyboards? Is it 128? %40 tax, maybe some additional costs if it spends a lot of time in customs. 108 on normal, okay. My day's going good. When are you gonna make your own handheld? Oh gosh, now we're talking. I'll make a handheld just for this game. That'll be a difficult handheld because you have to have an internet. You have to have a lot of stuff. And I guess if it's gonna be a handheld, you probably don't want to use Ethernet. So then you need like a Wi-Fi chip. It'll just be a Raspberry Pi stuffed in a box with a screen. The whole wireless shebang, exactly. Let's do this. Instead of idle, we'll do, this is on monsters. Let's do this. Then they'll just be spawning. How do you like Unit of Communism? It was super good. I put it in the slideshow, which you guys would have seen if I was streaming, but I didn't stream. Can you make this scheme run on my alarm clock, please? Yeah, making a custom distro for my game. One day I'll make a language. That actually looks not bad. I have this weird, I don't really know what to do about this problem. But the problem is that, like, I have this green color, but then if I ever make a character which is the same green color, I feel like they're the same exact color. So, like, it doesn't pop as well, you know? Like they're just it's just very similar green colors. I'm not really sure how to do that with a limited color palette. Like I have to have some colors designated for the background. Yeah, they blend in with the grass exactly. Because I changed the color to be more similar to the grass color. I could do a brighter green. Yeah, separate colors by background and foreground. Or I could like I could desaturate the background or something like that. Oops. Let's go through and do this really quick. Nope. I hope YouTube won't ban you for that. Why would they ban me? Was it bad? Yeah, I put it in the slideshow. I feel like it's not that bad of a Photoshop. Not my fault, that lady. Thank you. The game is looking better. I'm trying to juice it up a little bit. Oh, I read that one. Unit of Picasso. Yeah, I try. I'm trying to learn. Yeah, I don't know. I know there's different ways to do contrast, and I've seen that you can do like you can make things really noisy. Like for example, when you have like, it's hard to explain here, but like you want to have a hard edge. You want to have an edge, just something to show where the boundary of the game is. You can have like really noisy leaves and stuff like that. And that's one way to do contrast. But just for like grass areas, I guess I could just do a different color. They definitely pop a lot more now. Hmm. I think I like this color. I'm fine with this color. Yeah, I think just when I just have it open in Ace Bright, it's like all I can think is like, man, this is really bright. But then when you see it on the grass, it's like, okay, that actually looks okay. I think I might just go for deeper, darker colors for the background. So I might change my grass colors to be more of these. And then make things a little bit lighter that are in the front. That's why you always have your palette open. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I could do like, there we go. That's the background. I mean, this is the background. This is the background. This is the green. I think this is the brown. Maybe this is the brown. Yeah. Are you using a Bitten or your own concoction? I'm using my own concoction. I almost switched over to a Bitten because I was having some issues with mine on my Firefox, but I ended up realizing that the Firefox issue was like my own. My computer just had some weird bug on Firefox, so like any game I logged into on Firefox would, or any game I ran, any WebGL game I ran on Firefox would have this weird frame stutter problem. But I spent like a week trying to figure that out, and that was kind of frustrating. Then I ended up realizing it was my computer, not my rendering library. So that was, I guess, a nice relief because I couldn't figure out for the life of me what it was. What's up, Amir? How you doing today? So yeah, it's my own concoction. That's why you use Chrome. I usually use Chrome, but I was testing my game on multiple browsers, you know? There's still some issues, but I think they're related to how I do network error correction. Like how I correct positions. All right, let's fix this spawning thing now. That's not the right one. Maybe it is. Yes, it is. Okay. Oops. Idle. Oh, we just back up actually. Doing well. You have the MSc entrance exam tomorrow. Nice. Well, good luck on that. I hope you pass. Or I hope you do well. I don't know if there's like a pass-fail. Yeah, good luck. I want to have like a spawning. I need to have a spawning like mode. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do modes yet. I know what's his face Artificial has a good video about this, how he does his like animation tree. Maybe I should watch that. Nope. Oops. I want to watch this video too. Drawings all over, cables everywhere. Oh. I think it was this one, Reanimator.
Problem.
All right, let me put my headphones on.
The point that I need to emphasize
Have I ever tried Goland? I haven't tried it, no.
is that I've never said that, and I'm still not saying that this solution is better. I think it's a ridiculously weird concept, as you'll see in just a second, and it should be treated as an alternative, not as the next animator. Also, the whole thing is still in preview and it's more of my side project rather than something that I'm actively working on. Nevertheless, it works great for assertion, maybe it will work great for you. So if you are interested in trying it, the link's in the description. It's currently distributed as a package, so you just copy this link and then in the package manager you choose Add Package. It's a really simple classical platformer where we can jump, double jump, dash, and get hit by spikes, obviously. The important stuff is here in the Jeff folder. Let's take a look at the controller. Not gonna lie, it's a chunky boy. It has almost 300 lines. I'd normally...
There we go. How does it work?
As I said, each reanimator requires a tree-like graph made up of nodes. Once the time to display another cell has come, said reanimator asks its graph, "This is my current state. What should be the next cell?" This is called a resolution process. The state is basically a map of drivers with some integer values assigned to them. Unfortunately, there is no visual editor yet, so these nodes are created as separate scriptable objects. We can find all the available nodes here in the reanimator menu. Let's take a look at the simple animation node. The most important thing here is the cells array. It contains cells, or frames, of the animation. We can fill it up manually, but it's much easier to just select our sprites and choose simple animation from textures. Now for the sake of presentation, I'm gonna select Jeff, disable the renderer, and assign this animation as the root for this reanimator. If I hit play, nothing happens. The graph is currently just this one animation, And the way this animation is resolved is that it checks the current state, looking for its control driver, and chooses the cell which has the same index as the value of this driver. As you can see, we haven't set up any name for this driver, so the animation will just use an auto-generated ID. But still, our state is empty, there are no drivers in here, so we just fall back to 0 and choose the first cell. And if I do some rearranging, you can see that it's always the first cell being shown.
I don't understand like what his logic was, not really like how you do it.
And I think you can already see what's happening here. Let me pause the game. Previously, idle was set to 1. Because of that, the graph chose the second cell, the cell with an index of 1. And the cell, when chosen, changed the next value of idle to 2. So the next time the graph is resolved, idle will be set to 2, and the third cell will be picked, continuing the cycle. Finally, we reach the last cell, which sets idle to 0, and the animation starts looping. Obviously, I'm showing you this just to explain how it works. Having to set this up for each animation would be silly. So let's remove idle from each cell, and instead I'll just check this auto increment option, which under the hood does the exact same thing as we did a moment ago. This is the basis of how Reanimator works. We take the previous state, we feed it to the graph not only chooses the next cell, but it also influences how the next state will look like.
I guess I don't understand how it's different than like an animation tree. I guess because it always goes through the entire graph, maybe? It doesn't just sit on its own node. I always have a big problem with Unity tutorials. Yeah. Well, I was thinking that maybe, because I knew he had that video and I've watched it before. I don't remember what it was about. I don't remember like what it was though. Like I don't remember how it worked. So I was thinking maybe I could use that for my, because I have, right now what I'm doing is I'm literally, like I have two, like I kind of just do something very basic, right? I just say like, are you moving? Yes, then you're running, else you're idling, you know? But now I want to add another state, which is like, oh, are you spawning? So, so I need like some way to capture that state and make that decision. I could make like a new component, which is like the time you spawn at, like the very first time you get created. I create a, was there any way to heal after beating the waves? No, not yet. Did you beat all the waves? I don't think I've ever even beat all the waves. You can log out and log back in. Nice, dang, you're way better than me. How you doing, JJ? I'm doing well. I don't know if I'm gonna do a state machine. I don't really like state machines, to be honest. You get paid to make it, not master it. Yeah. Well, the problem is usually when I play it, I'm like trying to test something. So like I'm trying to get hit, or I'm trying to like, I'm looking at like very specific things. I'm not really like paying too much attention to the game. Did you enjoy it? You think it was fun? Do you have any feedback? Because like what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to make like he gets paid to, if only he gets paid to make it. Yeah. If only. Like what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to make like a very basic, like what the core game loop's going to be. So it's going to be kind of like, not a wave defense like that, but it's going to be you crawl through a dungeon in kind of like an online way. Enemy AI needs to be improved, but I mean, I understand what you're at with it. So it's no big deal. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The enemy AI is like the exact same. They basically like walk kind of towards you or around you and then like attack, you know? And like the weapons are very, like they either do a quad, like a 4 up, down, left, right shooting, or they do like they try to shoot at you basically. So like new weapons, new enemies, new movement patterns, stuff like that'll make it more interesting, I think, or I hope. Did you get $10 from the past months? Yeah. I get my donators keep me funded. Keep my cat food coming in. I heard anything yesterday where the original Zelda games, there was a ghost version of yourself whose position was mirrored on the screen, and the enemies would choose to move to one or the other. Wait, I don't think I understand. Who's mirrored on the screen? Oh, so it's not always going towards you. I see, yeah. Yeah, I think I don't have them going... What do I do, actually? Walk to... So sometimes it moves away. I just found it easy to bunch them up by circling. Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what my strategy was when I would play it too. I would just like run in a circle. Especially because the guys who shoot in quads. I'm trying to remember, how do they move? Walk to target. Well, that's the actual execution. Maybe it's in server. Okay, it must be here. They might go straight to it. Yeah, I think they just go straight to it. No cat cam today. Have to unsubscribe. Yeah, that's an interesting suggestion, Greek. I'll look into that for sure. That is a good idea. Because yeah, right now they basically like there's no I think in the future there'll eventually be like enemies that try to maintain a certain distance, you know, maybe because they're more ranged or something like that. But yeah, no, I appreciate the feedback. Because I'm trying to make like a kind of a vertical slice of what the game's going to be like, so it's good to have that stuff for now. No cat game, have to unsubscribe. I'm not even subscribed. Damn. Jeez. That's it. Joey 10 unsubscribed. Gosh. My sub count's about to drop like crazy. Everybody's unsubscribing. I'm keeping that power as leverage. One day that'll be my reward if I'm a good boy. If I do all the right things, I say all the right words. Yeah, every enemy has like a different personality. Something like that. I'm taking a lot of inspiration from like Into the Gungeon and games like that. My English is not that good to attend your conversation. Sorry about that. No, you're all good. We're all just hanging out. Why do you use Emacs over Vim? I use Emacs because one of my friends in college was like, hey, you should try Emacs, and I tried Emacs. And then I got used to Emacs, and then I liked it more than Vim. But like, if I tried Vim first, I probably would have I'd probably be a Vim programmer. I'm not leaving you. I'm your if I'm your only fan left, it'll be okay. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I don't think there's either. I don't think either one is better or worse. Shake my head, bring me on a friend. Yeah. I don't think either one's like better or worse. Obviously, Vim has some nice things, and then Emacs has some other nice things. I'm not like super into the lore, but I think Golang can be much better than Vim or Emacs. Yeah, I'm just too used to my Emacs keybinds. It would be nice if they would have like there's some nice things in Golang I've heard. So it'd be nice to have those features in Emacs for me, because most of the emulation layers for like Vim and Emacs in those text editors or those IDEs or whatever you call them isn't that good. I don't know. I don't know what features Golang has that's super nice. refactoring features, but it slows molasses. Yeah, that's the thing, is like you trade, if you want to have more like LSP features, then like you need to have, it's just gonna run slower. I tried Emacs and it was okay. Yeah, it's definitely not for everyone. I pop it open only to refactor. That's interesting. Is it free? Doom Emacs? Yeah. I use the like raw Emacs. And I have a Emacs config I use. Complaining about speed, but I've been staring at the same 30 lines of code for 5 minutes on your stream. That's free for students. I don't think we can blame the IDE here. Yeah, I think we should blame you guys, because I get a lot of work done when it's just me. All right, here's something I've been curious. All right, let's hear it. Free trials for 30 days. Nice. Oh, and open source projects. I have one of those. Disguise it as pair programming. Nice. That's smart. Then steal their license. I tried Helix, but I couldn't get Emacs keybinds to work on it. When do we get nicknames for Unit MMO? Oh, when do we get nicknames on Unit MMO? Oh, like player names? Or persistence or login with Steam button? I'll probably add stuff like that once I have a gameplay loop nailed down. Like, I'm not going to spend time building like the backend up if I don't have a fun game, you know? Easier to have a gameplay loop once you save player data? I don't know. I don't think I necessarily agree. Like, I think the gameplay loop is literally like fighting monsters. So like, I don't really necessarily need to have like the ability to log people in for that. If you're not coding, you're not learning. I never learn. Here we are. Geometry was one of my favorite top-down shooters. Can they look at it for inspiration? Yeah, I've seen that one before. I haven't like I don't think I ever played it, but I did see it. But I'll take a look at that one for sure. ChatGPT for bugs. I mean, if we define gameplay loop as being able to kill monsters and go through the door, then sure. But if you're ever planning to have a layer on top of it, oh yeah. Eventually, once I have like there's the fun part of the game is, or I'm hoping the fun part of the game is going to be like dungeon crawling, killing monsters, and like getting weapons and stuff like that. So like that part of it doesn't necessarily need to have like a persistence layer behind it for it to work. Like all you need is, you just need to make a bunch of monsters. You need to make a bunch of enemy types. Realm of the Mad God vibes. Yeah, kind of like Realm of the Mad God. But I'm hoping to have more like complex stuff. Oh god, the RNG hell. Yup. That's just all MMOs though. I think starting with elements like this might be more appropriate in the orientating phase of the game. Wait, what do you mean? Yeah, I'm from Florida. It's so far south, it's north. With a pet gator. It was still very much not clear the main direction of the game is going, right? I mean, I have like Florida can't win them all. I have like I have ideas of where it's gonna go. But I'm still kind of figuring it out. Oh, cool, you're long distance off. Well, actually, a lot of people for my stream are like way out east. I think because I stream kind of early. Oh yeah, nothing set in stone for sure. My cat brings this ball up to my desk, and I throw it. He goes and chases it. Documentation stream win UML diagrams for days. Sometimes I break out the draw IO. I have a very light plan, I guess. Yeah, he thinks he's a dog, I guess. It's cute though, for sure. All right, spawning. He brings his ball on my desk, and how are you turning him into dogs? I don't know. He was just, he was born and this is how he is. All right. See you, Amir. Thanks for stopping in. All right. My cat doesn't listen. My cats don't listen either. Visit next stream? Yes, please do. We enjoyed having you. All right, here's how we're gonna do this. We're gonna add a new component. I was thinking I would add a component only when I'm creating the entity for the first time. I'd add a component which basically just tracks the tick or something like that it was created on. And then if you're inside of some range, you just be in the spawning mode. I don't like tracking time like that though. I don't like tracking time by just like getting the time. I guess it's probably fine. So we'll do this. We'll do like spawn time. It'll just be a time. Trying to think though, because this has to go on everything. Actually, let's look at NPC, the NPC file. I'm just curious what components I have. Maybe I do this. I have like a remaining time of how long it's spawning for. The problem is now I have to have a system that loops through every entity and then subtracts this. It'll be if your I don't know if I like this. A animation state. Because I want to have one thing. So at the top of this, I probably want to be like, oh, if your bot target animation. I could pack it in here, I guess. Add the duration in here, the spawning duration. Let's do that. I'm gonna delete this file. The weird thing though is that or animation plays for, that's how long the spawning time should be, I guess. I guess you could do it either way. Good to see you, JJ. Can we get back to focusing on work again? Sounds good, buddy. Yeah, enjoy writing your documentation. Sounds like a blast. Stream lagging? Uh-oh. That's not good. It says it's healthy, but my internet dying? Uh-oh. Gator bit the fiber cable. Yeah. Maybe one of my cats did too. Is it getting any better? If healthy is going in and out of consciousness, then they gotta reconsider they hire as doctors. No, it just says it says stream status excellent. I tried like 3 VPNs. Must be a transcontinental cable issue. Um, yeah, I don't know. It seems like it's work. I don't know. Seems like it's working. Let me go close my door because there's like a lawnmower going. I'll be right back. All right. Only my stream. I don't really know what to do here. I hope it comes back. But works fine now? Okay, good. Yeah, I think there's just some intermittent problems sometimes. Oh, kitten. All right. I think when I make the animation, I want to also create this remaining spawn time. And then while that's happening, I want to play the spawn animation if I can. Anim.remaining. Oh. Hmm. All right, is less than or equal to 0. Or no, actually we want to do it if it's greater than 0. Have you seen Flex? They have a really cool dashboard. Are you thinking of making something like that for your ECS? I have heard of Flex. I don't know about the dashboard though. Oh wow. That's kind of cool. It's interesting that they know the fragmentation. I have something like this. I have Grafana, which I have this for timing. I don't have it for like operations and things like that. Delta time. Yeah, this does look really nice. I don't have this level of detail in mine yet, but on the server side, I have like this data. I have the same data basically. How long each system takes. But most of the time spent on mine is like swapping the buffers, which is like actually executing the rendering code for the client. But I think in my game, I just have I have a little like a graph that shows frame time, and I have a little printout which shows the systems that took the longest. But that is a nice little printout. Maybe I'll add something like that in the future. What's up, Conifer? Thoughts on adding telemetry? I haven't really followed that too much. I saw they made it opt-in, which is probably good because everybody was upset about it. I don't really know like what sort of data they were collecting though. So you really think you can program without me ruining your day? No, it's been a distract. We've literally done no work today so far, so it's just par for the course at this point. Or maybe I just set the animation and I just play it. I don't have to track this at all. So I need to have a sorry, my cat's a goofy. My cat's a goofy goober. Um Yeah, maybe after a year, they sneak in more telemetry. You never know. Yeah. Yeah, I think on one hand, it's like I get I get the desire for them to get more data about how the language is used so that they can make it better. I don't really know, like, Go telemetry kind of speaks volumes about their lack of inspiration and project direction, as they don't have enough maintainers willing to do things. Why have telemetry if you know what you got to do? Yeah, I mean, maybe that's a good point. I'll tell them what they should do. They should make it easier to make games in Go. That'd be nice. They should make WebAssembly. They should finish WebAssembly and stuff like that. That would be nice. Google collecting dev data and now trying to sell. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who they're gonna sell it to. Like, if it's like one of those things, it's like it's a little bit of a slippery slope where it's like, oh, if they're gonna use this for malicious purposes, then yes, it's bad. But if they're just gonna use it to make Go better, then like I don't care. You know what I mean? It really just matters like what data they're collecting. But yeah, I get it. It's kind of a slippery slope. Like if it's opt-in, I like maybe I'll opt in. I don't know, but I might just be lazy and not do it. And that's probably what's gonna happen with most people. So at that point, it's like, well, what's the point then? You know? Because like most people are not gonna opt in, right? No big business is gonna opt in. But if they made it opt out, for me personally, Go is dead. Oh dang! Just because of that. What's the like? Is there like a blog post about the telemetry? Go adding telemetry. The register. Oh, telemetry. Here we go. How do software developers understand which part of their software is being used and whether they're performing as expected? The modern answer is telemetry, which means software sending data to answer those questions back to the collection server. I believe that open source software projects need to explore new telemetry designs that help developers get the information they need to work efficiently and effectively without collecting invasive traces of detailed user activity. Oh, transparent telemetry, because it collects as little as possible kilowatts of data per year from each installation and publishes every bit that it collects for public inspection and analysis. Yeah, I mean, like, what data are they taking though? It's in their blog. People make ways around it anyways, or development will move forward towards TinyGo if it's not possible to be disabled by the user. I'm all for telemetry if the value of it is distributed, like with transparent telemetry. Well, that's what they said they're doing. I'm not that familiar with telemetry. He called it transparent telemetry. And publishes every bit that it collects for public inspection and analysis. So I guess everybody has access to the telemetry data. I mean, this seems like the least aggressive way to like add telemetry to it. But I understand that like you want to optimize the things that people use. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. So if they want to optimize things, like this is a good way to gather data for that. Is just like kind of poll everybody. Like as long as the data gets publicized, the incentive for bad data collection is very low. Yeah. Yeah, it's, well, I don't know, I can't find the blog post. Oh, introductory. Okay. Bug reports are not enough. That's true. Surveys are not enough. Surveys do help us understand what users want to do with Go, but they're only a small sample and have limited resolution. Asking about usage of infrequently used features on a survey wastes time for the majority of respondents and requires large response counts to get an accurate measurement. Both of the rules went off okay, retroactively proving that our instincts about how people felt about how few people would be affected by them were correct. Man, I cannot read today. On the other hand, we drafted an announcement on Go 1.18 removing build mode shared because it had essentially been broken by the introduction of modules. But we issued 1.18 beta 1, got feedback from at least a few people that are using it in some form. We still didn't know how many people are using it and whether or not whether it was worth the maintenance cost, so it lingers on. Why telemetry for open source? Transparent telemetry, okay. They can remove stuff before publishing. You can't do that overall unit. Wait, what do you mean? All right, this series of blog posts presents one such design, which I call transparent telemetry, because it collects as little as possible kilobytes per year from each installation. I like to explore using this system or one like it in the Go toolchain, which I hope to help Go product developers and users alike. To be clear, I'm only suggesting the instrumentation be added to the Go command line tools written and distributed by the Go team, such as the Go command, Go compiler, Go vulnerability check. I am not suggesting the instrumentation be added to Go compiler in all Go programs in the world. Also, throughout these posts, developer refers to the author of a given piece of software, while user refers to the users of those software. From the point of view of the Go toolchain, Go developer means a Go toolchain developer like me, while user means one of the million Go programmers using the toolchain. With transparent telemetry, as programs from the Go toolchain run, they would increment counters for various events of interest. For example, cache hit, use of a given feature, measured latency of a given range, and a per week on disk file. These files only hold counter values, not user data or user identifiers. Some counter names include a short stack trace, function names, and line offsets only. No argument data. Go team at Google would run a collection server each week with a 10% probability averaging 5 times per year. The user's Go installation would download a collection configuration to find out which counter values are of interest to the server and what sample rate. The collection configuration would be served in a Go module validated using the Go checksum database. So they sample you every once in a while, I guess. The report would contain no ID of any form. Okay, that's good. The server would collect each day's uploaded reports, update telemetry graphs served publicly on GoDev, and post a full set of uploaded reports for public download, inspection, and analysis. Like, I don't really see anything bad with this, to be honest. But how do they know there are millions of Go programmers? Well, they're about to find out. And so you can turn it off. I don't necessarily think this is a bad thing. Like now that I understand what data they're collecting, which is just like counters of how many command line. 1 second. Of how many command line features get used. Like that doesn't bother me that much, to be honest. But I understand it might bother some people, and if that's you, then you cannot opt in. But it seems very like very basic data published publicly. No private information released. You can turn it off rather easily. Well, it sounds like you don't have to turn it off at all. It's going to be opt-in. So you can literally just keep using Go and you won't have telemetry enabled. But then they'll never know all the obscure features you're using. They could collect statistics on how much of Go STD is actually used. That'd be useful data for everyone. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, like maybe when Go build runs, they check like, oh, you're using these packages this many times, you know? Like personally, it doesn't bother me if that information gets shared, like my information of that, I guess. Or the data I have on that gets shared publicly. Yeah, I don't know. What is everybody else's take on this usually? Like, what have other people said? I saw that Primogen or whatever his name is had a video about it. I didn't watch it though. New animation. Where do I call this? Oh, wait, this is in Flow. That's not the right one. Hopefully it doesn't become some kind of gateway to more data collection. Yeah, I guess that's true. The thing is if it's a public thing, if the data is released publicly, then it's not very, like they can't release public data or they'll probably get in trouble. I'm sorry. I meant to say that they can't release like personal private data on their server that like doxes you or something. Sorry, I gotta take care of my cat really quick. He's doing things. Be right back. All right. I'm bothered about Windows telemetry because they also sell you Candy Crush by default, but I'm not bothered by Go trying to find out more about how Go is used. Yeah, everything's a slippery slope. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, if they have good intentions, it'll be fine. If they don't have good intentions, then it won't be fine. But I don't know. Yeah, I get very annoyed though, like when my phone tries to install apps that I don't want on it, or when Windows installs stuff that I don't want on it. It's like, how are you allowed to install something on my computer? Like, all I want you to do is like timeshare programs that I've installed, you know, and make my experience easy. I want you to install Candy Crush. But, you know. There we go. Perfect little crash. We'll do this. How'd you make Go format not scream at you for 2 space tabs? Well, so like a tab is just one character, and then I configured Emacs to do 2 space tabs. So like you can make your tabs in your editor however wide you want. They will know how much you messed up with compiling past midnight. Yeah. Oh, they'll know all the crashes. They'll be like, dang, this guy sucks. Whoever this guy is, it'll be like everybody else. There's gonna be a graph of like panics per user or something, and it's gonna be everybody. Then there's gonna be a spike. That spike's gonna be me. That's why you choose Apple by default telemetry off. Does Apple have telemetry? They probably do. I feel like all these big programs nowadays do. But yeah, there's gonna be a spike for panics per user for me. I do want to have this. I don't like that it panics though. Set animation. This number 12234 user has the most crashes in all Go community. Yep. That'd be me, ladies and gentlemen. That would be me. Apple has telemetry on by default. Yeah, I don't know. I was asking. I'm not sure. Do they? I assume they do. Frames. I really need to fall back to something here. If I'm not able to find the animation. It's weird though. Why am I able to? What happens there? Oh, I set to some random one. Going for you to sell my data feed to your cats? Oh, my data to feed my cats? Yep. I have telemetry in my game. You guys just don't know about it because I never told you. No, I'm just kidding. I do have a, like if there's a panic on the client, it does send me a little message, but that's about it. I don't know. Would you guys consider that like, is that like a malicious thing? That goes for the clip. Uh-oh. Now I've done it. It's not telemetry, it's metrics. I feel like the word is what's bad. And you're like, I won't run any of your binaries, and you put telemetry on your MMO. Disgraceful. Well, it's like you have a program crash. All games do that, right? Like if you're on a web page and the web page crashes, I guarantee you they collect all of it. I don't want to hear it. Don't talk yourself out of it. I'm screwed. I'm in big trouble. I'm in big trouble now. I'm in big trouble. Where would I put this? Set. Ain't about, here it is. Oh, but if we already weren't Submachine is only problematic when you're like Google and basically can see user behavior across the entire web because everyone uses Google. Yeah. Wonder if Google has an internal super duper search tool internally where you can go back and look at a single user's traffic across the entire web. They might. Yeah, like mine's just like, this is literally like you can see in this crash log actually. Like it just sends this data. Which is like the stack trace. They probably have something like that. Google does, I assume. But there's like there's this other thing called what is it called, like Crashalytics? Like if you're on an app and it crashes, and someone has this installed on it, or like their Unity game or something like that, like it's gonna send back the crash data to their server. So I just have a shittier version of this, or a worser version of this on mine. I feel dirty when I need to add Google Analytics. Yeah. I do have Google Analytics on my page. Just because I'm curious, like how many people log into it and stuff, or how many people get onto it, like go to that page, which is interesting to see. But it's very like, it's kind of like inconsequential, you know? It's like, oh, I don't know, like 10 people visited this week. Google Analytics is very dirty. I only want to do this though if, man, this animation stuff's getting really like contrived. I don't like this. They're playing in a box. Should use plausible or something not fed into a giant data center. I've never heard of plausible. I'll look into it though. Cats play. That's what they do. Okay. All right, no more crashing. So everything should be spawned with a spawn animation now. But I think it's going to instantaneously be overwritten with I think it's going to be overwritten with I couldn't see them. Let's kill them all, we'll see. Yeah, they just spawn straight into idle because it instantaneously gets switched to the idle animation. So that's why I need to have the remaining time thing countdown. So in load, I do, oh, I don't do spawn actually. Render.new animation, that gets called. Oh wait, that's not right. Render.new animation. Who calls this? Where does this get made? This might get made in the game actually. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's that one. That's not the right one. Okay, so we have to write it here. We have to say how long the spawn's animation is going to be. Animation.remaining spawn time. We'll play it for a second. All right, so they should spawn in now. And then it should go to idle. Nope. What happened? Let's go to, no, I think it's in render actually. Oh, this is on the wrong one. Actually, we could probably have the mirror. No, we'll just we'll do this at the very top. That was too high. All right, let's see how this does. All right, now they play the spawning animation. Cool. Now we just need to frame. Now we just need to squeeze the spawning animation into however long we want them to spawn for, which I have a function for actually. I might do it in here though. Oh, it's in, actually it's in this file, isn't it? Here we go. We want to do this. Set animation with duration. Load. Okay, maybe you want to do this. Start with that. And then we'll do anim.body.setAnimation spawn. We can just do this actually. Anim dot remaining spawn time. This just squeezes the animation so that it plays in a certain amount of time. So not too complicated. Anim dot body looks good. Oh, it's not getting set back. Now everything's getting played in a second. So when we set the animation normally, we want to set the speed back to 1. All right. Hopefully this works now. A slow little spawning animation. Perfect. Nice little crash. How would this be a panic? Set animation. How could this be null? Oh, this can return nil. Oh, okay. Give me 1 second. All right, we're back. All right, it kind of worked. We're getting closer, but I think I'm gonna end it here. Gotta go eat some food. Does it change you spawn with no hat? Yeah. No hat is one of the hat options. End it here? Yep. I gotta go eat some lunch. I know it's only, you stream for 99 minutes. How long has it been? Well, according to on my counter, it's 2 hours. But I streamed a little bit without hitting the go live button, so. Do you guys like the stick swinging animation? I feel like it looks pretty good. Yeah, he really did. I'm glad he said that because I didn't know. Those actually didn't look bad. All right, let's watch the next one. The hats are all wonky. And these guys just spawned because they don't have a spawning animation yet. As long as we're getting close, I'm happy. We're juicing it up then. We're getting closer. This wave spawned really quick. There was no pause at all. All right, well that'll be it. I'm gonna go play with my cats, make another cup of coffee. Sorry for the short stream. We're getting back into it. Spawn killing, I know. Finally a productive stream. Yep. I don't know how productive it was. It was I think we did one thing today. Not too bad. I'm content though. All right, guys. Thanks for stopping in. It was good to see you all again. I'll see you next time.